Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark is starting shortly. Lab After Dark is starting soon.
What's up? How's it going? We're back on Lab After Dark. We had to take a, yesterday was, we kind of moved Lab After Dark over to the lab. And we'll be back on the lab tomorrow at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. Dr. Gary will be joining us to discuss the case that's dominating the headlines right now, which is the Nancy Guthrie abduction. But I gotta tell you, I mean, it did feel, I almost said, welcome to Lab After Dark. I almost said it. I did. And it had to be good-ish. Not great-ish, but, you know, good-ish.
Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
But over here's where we save the gerbils. Why does that look foggy? I don't understand. That just won't do.
Actually just sitting down to pee, but
I didn't.
Whatever.
You know what? I actually did not. All I said was that I usually do a late night show on a different channel. I don't really promote After Dark much at all, to be honest with you. Why? I don't know. It's a secret club, I guess. It's like Skull and Bones. Is that Gwen I see? And what's up with these, like, shields. The hell is that about? Where are my wrenches? They're just shields now? All right, let me say hi. Uh-oh. You got a bone to pick with Nunyard Deets? You never know. You never know if they're going to show up or not. Gwen. So it's... Yeah, but what from where you're... If you have a wrench, for some reason, it's showing up on here as a... This is bothering me. Hold on. Give me a second. Wow, that actually worked. I can't believe it. It's showing up over here as a shield, but it's all the people that have a wrench. So I don't know. Stupid. 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 So anyway, welcome to Lab After Dark. I couldn't believe it. It actually did work. That's weird, man. I don't even understand that. Whistle! Your wrench is showing. You're the secret lurkers. That's right. Yes, absolutely. Just a that yeah, it actually worked. I was surprised. I have no idea. But Gwen, it's good to see you. Pony Girl, thank you as well. Let me see how. But yeah, it was a little different being on the lab. At night like that. Oh my God. Let me see here. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, when I was on there, it was different, but you know, it's just a story that's really dominating the news. And I wanted to be over here, but we're here now. And what's up, Debbie? Oh, Gwen, it's okay. I completely understand. Not a problem at all. Yeah, TIR was really good. You guys did a great job. And hopefully you do a better job on my show tomorrow, but I'm just kidding. It's just an adequate show. Always fun having the doctor on. Let's see. And Mary gifting 5. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lab After Dark memberships. Thank you, Mary. It's very kind of you, as always. Let me move this. I see Brian P. got one. Sharon, are you out there? Sharon. I see Sharon. Somebody I don't couple people I don't even recognize. Yeah, well, if you haven't, I mean, if you haven't, you can definitely check out the interview room. I think Chris did a show today as well. That press conference, and we'll talk about it more. I don't want to talk about it too much, but that press conference was sort of what I expected, just kind of a not much, I guess you could say, and but what are you going to do? What are they going to say right now? But there's a lot to discuss about it, and we'll discuss that another time. I'm going on the 15th to get chocolate at 50% off. I haven't had a piece of chocolate in probably 3 months now. Did I see Adacor in the chat as well? I'm going to the... What's up, Lori? Good to see you. Good to see everybody. I like chocolate, but I don't know. I guess I could take it, or what I miss is a Reese's peanut butter cup. I love Reese's peanut butter cups a lot. Peanut butter and chocolate may be the first love of my life. Yeah, I cannot eat, I'm not going to eat sugar-free candy. I just can't do it. I've never done it, but I've heard what it does to you, and I'm not interested in that. I would rather not. I used to love peanut butter, like just hunk it right out of the jar. Ooh, so good. I don't know what the point is. I've tasted sugar-free candy before, but it's just, like I said, it's not something that I'm into. Like you see, yeah, what's the point? I don't know what the point is. Excuse me, Italians, we like to put egg in our coffee. That's disgusting. Yeah, like I can have fruit, but my thing has been my saving grace has been blueberries. I just take like a handful of blueberries, but every now and then when you're eating a blueberry, you get a sour one, and that kind of throws a wrench in the whole, situation. It's like, oh yeah, this one's good. This one's good. This one. They're not. I mean, they're not all perfect. You would think, but they're just not. They're not all good. And hopefully, my guy's reading these. I'm kind of disappointed that he didn't read the Save the Gerbil, because I'm trying Streamlabs again. It sounds like a dog treat. Really? I did not know that. Nah, it's probably gross. Put an egg in your coffee? Oh, no, thank you. Donna says, I'm picking dragon fruit and cherry guava here at the moment. Dude, dragon fruit is one of my favorite fruits. Guava, cherry guava. I don't know, man. Is there anything? Let's just be frank, or whatever you want to call yourself. Is there anything more disgusting than a cherry pie? Anything. Is there anything more disgusting than cherry pie? I can't believe that it's even a thing. Cherry pie. Oh yeah, like the first of all, cooked cherries, horrendous. Regular cherries are good. But oh God, cherry pie is sick. I mean, it's like mushy and tart and just ass. Apple pie, good. Peach cobbler, good. A pumpkin pie is good. But cherry pie? I've never been with somebody and they're like, yeah, well, let's have some dessert. Here's cherry pie. Cherry pie is one of my favorites. Oh my God. Really? It's disgusting. Cherry pie. I made cranberry pie tonight. I've never had that. So it looks like there are people that like cherry pie. Not me. No. Apple pie is good. Cherry pie, no good. Can you imagine if somebody like just said, hey, we're having cherry pie for dessert? Like, you know what? I don't really go in for sweets, so sorry. Yeah, well, now you're talking. That's the good stuff. And I can't wait until Christmas. Because I might have some pie this Christmas. It's going to be a long time. It's going to be a long time. The longest time. I've never had buttermilk pie. I've had key lime pie. I like key lime pie. I like yeah, dude, I'm ready for Christmas. Because I'm going to have some pie. Maybe I'll have some at Thanksgiving. Key lime pie is good. Coconut cream pie. But I've never had apricot pie. Never had a pear pie. But I do like cherry pie a lot, actually. I mean, not cherry pie, apple pie. Lemon meringue, good stuff. But I mean, I am shocked that there's more than 2 people in the chat that like cherry pie. Personally, that's just me. You ever had a butter tart? I haven't. A professor from one of the universities in NYC just stepped down because he wrote to Jeffrey. Oh my God. Apricot cheesecake. There you go. See, Jazz, I knew that we were like-minded. How could you not? How could you not like? How could anybody like that? You know. I like peach cobbler. I like peach cobbler, but other than that, Any berry pie in the Pacific Northwest. I like just about any fruit pie or cobbler. Pear pies are very good. Yes, they are. I like blackberry. I like that stuff. I just don't, you know, just don't get to eat it. I just don't eat it. It's just not for me. Try to describe the taste of dragon fruit. God, I don't even know if I could. Honestly, it's got such a distinct flavor. It's kind of kiwi-ish, but I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what the hell the chat's talking about. Blackberry texture is too much. I don't know. I used to like to pick them, and then I pushed my friend Chris into to the briar bushes. That was always fun. We'd be picking blackberries, and then towards the end, I would just shove them into the briar bushes. But you know, he had it coming. He would do stuff to me like one night I was asleep, and he took an orange slice and he would squirt it up my nose, and that was awful. You know. And I punched him directly in the face after he did that. So, you know, it was sort of a give and take, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what. I just wish I. What's up, Pop? How are you? Good to see you. Samson Winery. I feel like I'm getting trolled by my own chat. Is that what's happening here? Oh, meat pie. I have no idea. I truly have no idea. Yeah. No, I have no idea. Nah, I'll sit back and watch. I'm watching you guys. This is for you. I cannot wait till this show ends. This chat's for you guys. I'm just watching. Just watching you guys. You guys talk about what you want. Josh, what were your plans? About what? I don't have any plans. No plans. Nope, we can't talk food. No food talk. No. Let's see. Can we talk Seahawks? No, we cannot. I don't even think I'm going to watch the Super Bowl, to be honest with you. Like, who? I don't. Does anybody care about it? I don't. I mean, unless you're from Washington or Massachusetts, I don't see anybody actually caring. I mean, first of all, these two teams have already played before, so I just don't. I won't watch it. I'm not even going to watch it. Yeah, I'm not going to watch the Super Bowl. I'm not going to watch the halftime show. I don't know one Bad Bunny song. Not one. Not one Bad Bunny song. Bu- bu- He's just the halftime performer, but I mean, I think he won a Grammy. I just don't even. I think I know one Bad Bunny song, and that's it. I got nothing against him. I don't care, but anyway. Bad Bunny. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't think of two teams that I like. I just don't know. I don't know. Josh, did you change your email? No. Let me check. I haven't even looked at my emails. You don't ever see your comments? Where I see your comments. Yeah, right here. I'm trying to come up on the come up on the screen here. No, you're right there. See, look, see, I see you. I see them. No, I don't care about the Super Bowl, particularly this year. I mean, I can't even think of two teams that I would rather not watch than the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Like just the two. I don't know. I don't know. Just seems awful. And they're playing in San Francisco. Let's see. Nunya. Oh, yeah. I got your email. I just saw it. Good deal. Yeah. I'll email you back. Well, lucky for you, you can, because I'm sure that you can watch wasps build a mud nest. Yeah, I still don't understand the whole egg thing. It's just disgusting. I'm ready for baseball. Yes, absolutely. It's the only thing that's keeping me going right now. B-Rye. Keeps them fresher longer when you put the eggs back in the carton. I mean, how is that? That can't be a thing. I'd rather watch hockey. I'd rather not. Hockey sucks. I don't like hockey either. Golf sucks too. Yeah. Pickleball sucks. I love baseball too. What's up, Eric? Nah, you'd rather watch golf, but I mean, I get what you're saying. Pickleball sucks. Golf sucks. Hockey sucks. Soccer sucks. Synchronized swimming sucks. What else? Bowling. Basketball's okay. Curling sucks. The Olympics are going to suck. The Winter Olympics are awful. Ice skating. I think the only thing in the Olympics that I like is probably speed skating. Yeah. Downhill ski. Yeah, pool's all right. It's just not a sport. I like tennis, but gymnastics sucks. Rugby sucks. Water polo, lacrosse, and jousting suck. Yes, all of them suck. Not one of them do I like. Softball sucks too. Like what? Like women's softball or slow pitch softball? Traders. Fast pitch. Yeah, I like that. I don't like slow pitch. I've never seen the show Traders. Oh yeah, you know what? I do like bobsleds. Is it the competition show? Nah, I've never seen it. Never once. The speed skating's all right. Love the. I don't. I've never seen it. I have to check it out. Tanya Harding made it fun. Isn't she the one that got hit with the Didn't she get hit with a pipe or something like that? Oh, it was Nancy Kerrigan. Who was the one that hit her? I always forget that story, but what a terrible story that is. Hit her with a tire iron. Tanya Harding hit Nancy Kerrigan. I don't think Jamaica is going to have a bobsled team this year, but if they do, I hope they win. Let's see. Jamaican bobsled. Let's see. Maybe they do have one this year. Wow, they do. Holy shit. I'm surprised that they're where would I be? I don't know. I don't know. I'm fine. I just I don't know. Like there's just no flow. I'm confused. I'm just confused what's going on, I guess. I have not heard any no, he was supposed to come and talk about it today, but I don't know what do you mean? What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean. I've been here the whole time, haven't I? Yes, I do. Well, it's still, yeah, there's still some things being done to it, but I am moving back out to the studio. Yeah, I am.
At Good Nun, you donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Cheers to you just coming on. Woman shrugging emoji. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Rolling on the
Wow.
floor laughing emoji.
Yeah. So, yeah, you like my old studio, don't you, Eric? Like I said, I moved it when my grandmother hurt herself, but yeah, I am going back out to it. Good Nun says cheers to you coming on. I actually miss my old I miss my studio a lot actually, and but I will be going back to it for certain. I can't wait, but like I said, it's just what up, Rod? I got your email too, or sorry, your let's see, got your thing on X. And I saw that they arrested somebody that like was trying to extort money from the family of the Guthrie family. Which is crazy to me that anybody would do that. Yeah. What would be the point of a fake ransom, though? That I don't get. Extortion? I mean, the whole thing is crazy. The whole situation is nuts, and it's terribly sad. I feel so bad. Hold on. Yeah, I wonder what kind of time you can get for something like that. I honestly hope it's a lot, but I kind of do wonder how much time you can get for something like that. The fact that he like contacted them is weird too. Like that's a really weird thing to do. It's not a weird thing to do. It's an evil thing to do. Give me a second. I want to play with the whole thing is just insane to me.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley Banfield. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look. For some reason, that was that was on. So funny. Cleopatra, Cleopatra, Cleopatra.
Dude looks like a lady, da da da. Dude looks like a lady, da da da. Dude looks like a lady.
I don't know. For some reason, I just looked, and one of the loaded things on here said "white boy cross dressing," and so I just clicked it. That was funny. Yeah, no, Eric, I'm going back, and I will be back in there. Webcam. Okay, hold on. Video built in. Where is the? Oh, here we go. We don't need it that big. Let's see what old Banfield has to say. Let's see if she wants to give away any state secrets. Why does it say Shea Banfield? Shaylee.
Banfield, and this is Drop Dead Serious, and what a day. This is day 5 of one of the more tragic stories that I think any family could ever go through. Nancy Guthrie.
She doesn't even feel a little bit bad about it either. Like she doesn't care at all. I'm pretty sure too that she said that this lady is her friend, but who knows?
84 years old, the mother of Savannah Guthrie, Today Show co-host, still missing, presumed alive because there's no other information to go on, according to the sheriff. But this story is complex, it is mysterious, it is tragic, it is frustrating on many levels. A lot happened today. I'm going to get you up to speed on many things, including the heat that I'm taking for my reporting. Aww. Several days ago, I got a pretty big break on this case from an impeccable source in law enforcement, high-level law enforcement, who told me that several things had happened in this case, not the least of which cameras were smashed outside of Nancy's home, 2 of them, right? Also, that Nancy's daughter Annie's car had...
Do you guys think that she's wrong for reporting this? Because I have no idea. I mean, I think she's wrong for doing it, but this is what news people do. Even Harvey from Harvey Levin from TMZ gave his word to the FBI that he wouldn't say anything.
Been towed and was in evidence, and I am going to use.
Yeah, but
specific language here because my source told me, quote, son-in-law may be prime suspect. And, you know, big pushback from Sheriff's Department in Pima County, and I get it, saying at this point, investigators have not identified a suspect or person of interest in this case. That was a printed statement, and the sheriff, Chris Nanos, also went hard on that today in a press conference. But I want to break that down for you because there were several points in that press conference where language was very, very nuanced. And
Well, the thing is, and I know a lot of people are like, TMZ is this or that. Look, you can think of whatever you want at TMZ. You could think that they're gossip. And they do some of that, but they're a very reputable breaking news organization, almost to the point where they cross so many lines breaking news. It's like constantly, like when the Kobe crash, they were like there taking pictures of like, I mean, it's just crazy how I don't know, it's just crazy to me.
Also saw a
No, I don't think her. She said it's a law enforcement official, but why would a law enforcement official leak anything?
couple of places where there were not denials of some of my reporting. So we're going to go through that all in a minute. More importantly, there are a couple of big news items today as well. An arrest of whomever allegedly decided that it was a good idea to insert him.
TMZ breaks a lot of news. They're very good at what they do. They do shitty things. And that's a fact.
Himself into the Guthrie's tragedy and try to make money. Okay, allegations are pretty severe for this guy, and the punishment will be probably swift and furious. I'll get to that as well. Somebody who was a faker who sent one of the ransom notes. That doesn't mean that all of the ransom notes have been cleared yet. There's news on that as well, and very interesting news on that, especially since Savannah Guthrie's brother Cam.
Also, if you think about this, what I don't get is if they really think it's the brother, if he's like a prime suspect, does anybody, honestly, is he around? Is he hanging out? What's he doing?
Cameron Guthrie, late this
What in the hell?
evening, decided to release a post on Instagram again, much like his sister Savannah did yesterday. It is a specific request for whomever might be this kidnapper who sent a ransom note to please communicate, and obviously proof of life is top of their minds. Have a listen to this.
This is Cameron Guthrie. I'm speaking for the Guthrie family. Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom. We want to talk to you, and we are waiting for contact.
Excuse me, the brother-in-law. Now, I don't know.
You should know the FBI is heavily involved in this case now, especially as concerns these alleged ransom notes, right? And the ICAC also heavily involved in this case. Important because that's the International Crimes Against Children Task Force, but don't think of this as crimes against children. They do a lot with kidnapping and a lot with tracking kidnappers. So they were the ones that carried the ring light in and the iPhone tripod to help the Guthrie family record Savannah's statement on Instagram yesterday. Perhaps they also helped Cameron with his tonight. But the thing that the FBI said in the press conference today that was so interesting about kidnappings and ransom was that kidnappers typically are much quicker to the gate with the demands. And the communications don't usually just end with the initial request, right? The demands are typically discussed. There's typically communication. And this to the FBI today was unusual, which, for what it's worth,
Let me hold on one second. Give me a second.
is what they have to go on at this point. And what they said was that absolutely zero contact has been made with the Guthrie family. since the ransom note went to the media. So there's a couple of different ransom stories going on. You've probably heard several. I'm just going to be as clear as I can, as clear as the law enforcement authorities have been with us. There was one that went to TMZ via email. There was one that went to KOLD TV locally in Arizona by email. And there was one that went to KGUN, another local station in Arizona. It is thought, but not 100% clear from the authorities, that those three are all the same ones from the same source. But there's another one. Federal prosecutors have now charged a man in California, Derek Kallela. I don't know if it's Kallela, Callela. And they are accusing him of inserting himself.
Oh my God. He looks like the human version of a crow. What the hell kind of hair is that? Looks like he washes dishes at Sizzler.
Into this case.
Is that leper? Is he?
By sending what authorities say,
yeah, they know it's her blood,
was a bogus ransom demand to Savannah Guthrie and her family directly. They say Derek Kallela allegedly reached out directly to Nancy's daughter, Annie Guthrie, and her husband, Tommaso Cioni, asking whether, quote, the Bitcoin had been sent, end quote, and claiming that he was, quote, waiting for the transaction to go through, end quote. Let me just say, that is going to be very, very hard to defend. If someone had just sent a text and said, are you going to pay? That you could defend because it could be a question. I feel bad for you. Are you going to pay this? But no, that is very specific. Waiting for the transaction to go through. Federal agents say the message came through a voice-over internet system that can disguise phone numbers. Congratulations. Guess what? Court records say that the digital trail was able to connect the account back to a Google email. And you know who it allegedly belonged to? Derek Kallela. So after being advised of his rights, prosecutors say that he admitted that he sent 2 messages. And the investigators say he told them he found the family's contact information online and had been closely following media coverage as the case unfolded. And according to the FBI, the messages were not the end of it. They say he also called the family directly. So if Derek Kallela, in fact did this, he's in for a world of hurt, because the criminal complaint against him says he's facing 2 federal charges, allegedly transmitting communication containing a demand or a request for a ransom for the release of any kidnapped person, and also making a phone call without disclosing his identity with the intent to abuse, threaten, or harass a person. And I did a little quick research, very, very cursory research here. But under California statute, a defendant who uses the internet, again, that's cross state lines, right? To extort a crime victim during an investigation has a realistic exposure to somewhere between a range of 3 to 8 years in prison, federal prison. And that's the lower end, because it can actually go up to a potential of life as a maximum if aggravated witness intimidation and criminal threats like strike priors are in play. So,
I mean, the guy obviously needs to be in jail because he's just a moron.
On the low end,
Josh, tomorrow at 7. I think it's scheduled. So go and click the go click the notification button.
3 to 8.
I apologize. I'm low
kind of
energy tonight. I don't know why.
Parasite does this. What kind of parasite? And I think we all know there are plenty, right? And that's just one of these ransom demands. We still have, these 3 other communications that were sent via email. And they mentioned apparently floodlights at Nancy's house and an Apple Watch. Okay, Brian Enton has been out front and reporting a lot of this, but I do want to let you know that the timing of this is really interesting. So Monday is February the 2nd. Lots of reporting on this, visuals of.
You want to know what I think happened? I'll tell you what I think happened. I thought about it a little bit today. I think whatever happened inside that house, and this is just my theory, But whatever happened inside that house, I think that whoever went in there was probably trying to maybe get her to send money digitally, possibly. That maybe there was some sort of struggle and that she died in the house and they carried her out and they dumped her body. And the ransom note is a red herring. But I think that if that lady, if Nancy Guthrie was bleeding inside of her home in the shape that she's in, I think that she died in the commission of this crime. And that's why there's like blood, drops, and there was allegedly blood in the house. So that's what I think. That's just what I think. Look, somebody who has a pacemaker, who's on medication for their heart, who can't walk 50 yards. The whole ransom thing, they're like, this is the only time we're going to, I think it's just like a distraction. And I think they went in there with the intent to get something. Maybe there was a safe in there. Maybe I don't know. But I don't think she's alive. And I think that she probably died during the commission of the crime, and then had to get rid of her body. That's just what I think. I hope I'm wrong.
Nancy's house, the crime scene tape has come down, and news actually breaks. So Brian Enton actually asked the authorities in the news conference today,
that.
Did the ransom note come in before all that news broke or after all that news broke, when you could see the floodlights and we knew about the Apple Watch? Have a look.
When did the first ransom note arrive? And the reason I ask is because the Apple Watch has been in the news and on social media, and you could see like floodlights on video. So was it before those things were out in the world?
I don't have the specific time frame as I sit here today of what time it came in, but
But then you got to think about this as well. Is there some sort of will involved? Was there a dispute? Was somebody cut out? Who knows? But it just, you don't abduct somebody that is on medicine and not take their medicine. Especially if you know who they are. Now, I don't know. I don't think that. Unfortunately, she probably needs her medicine. It's very sad. It's a very sad thing. The lady's fragile.
you are right.
And whoever did this is a sick bastard to the fullest extent.
Anyone could see a floodlight hanging down, could have seen some of those things. The watch has been talked about, so that timing is tricky, but that's why we're taking it serious no matter what, and following the leads on that. But I don't have the time frame that the first note came in as I sit here today.
So I can tell you right now, there was wide reporting on the Apple Watch separating from Nancy's pacemaker on Monday. And much of those communications, started arriving Monday evening. So it's entirely possible somebody just saw the news, saw the floodlights, heard about the pacemaker and the watch, and sent these notes out, just once again trying to insert themselves. Is it possible there is someone holding Nancy Guthrie? They've got to go on these leads. They have to go on these leads. They have to treat it as though it's possible, which is why you're seeing these proof of life videos from the Guthrie kids. It's why you're seeing valuable law enforcement resources and time and energy dedicated to this. Big waste of time if this is just some parasite, right? And it's why the sentencing range can take you up to the max. So let's turn now to the press conference, because some of the things the sheriff said today and how he said these things
$5
speaks
through Super Chat.
volumes.
Didn't
right?
LE say they have
there
some
is a
image
lot,
of an individual
including
with a
some of the
Ring
things he
camera?
said.
If so, release it.
They said something set it off, I think, didn't they, Eric? And then he said it could be it could be an animal or something like that. I think that's what he said. I think
about my reporting and other people's reporting. Before I get to that, though,
I love the readout thing. I'm so happy that this is working. And Eric, thank you very much.
I do want to tell you thank you very much for watching this podcast and supporting my podcast. I can't do this without you. You mean the world to me, especially during a big story like this. And so I also need to tell you that my sponsors make this possible as well.
Okay.
And I am so appreciative of them as well.
We're appreciative of them too. Thanks.
Enough from News Nation being able to actually witness it for himself. The only DNA evidence that they've gotten back is that porch blood, but the sheriff did say there's a lot more that they have out for testing, and they're still awaiting some of those results. They said sometimes it takes 10 to 20 days. They got an expedited, obviously, blood. They got that expedited, so they were able to get Nancy's results back, and that is Nancy's blood.
I mean, just a terrible, terrible sign.
You know, it clears it up, but it's also hard to hear that. They also processed the scene for biological evidence, still trying to process those samples as well. They didn't say which one, and they would not. They would not go into the crime scene itself. Every question everybody tried, he said, no, I'm not doing that. Let's talk suspects now, because this was my big reporting. And again, I will use the wording that my impeccable source used.
She is going to die on this hill. And then if it turns, it's like when weathermen predict the weather. 70% chance of rain tomorrow. Well, if you're telling me something's a 70% chance of happening, it seems like it's pretty likely that it's going to happen. But then when it doesn't rain and it's sunny as hell, they go, hey, guess what? We only said 70%. Ha, 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 ha. And that's what she's going to wiggle off the hook with these little, it's just semantics. It's wordplay. You know what I mean?
Please, if you're going to disseminate this, use these words. They're the words I have used. They are the words that my sources used. Son-in-law may be prime suspect now.
Yeah. But then when he's not, they go, well, we said he may be.
Okay.
Hog shit reporting. Hog shit reporting. Say it this way. Well, guess what? Everybody knows who the son-in-law is.
The sheriff has pushed back hard on.
Did you like the sound effects? That's a wordsmith.
I'm not saying no suspects identified at this time.
They're playing word games.
No suspects identified at this time. I get it. But also said no one's being ruled out. Very strenuously, no suspects identified at this time, and even went so far as to suggest it's reckless to suggest otherwise. But I have been to this rodeo many times before. Law enforcement sometimes will be saying one thing publicly and doing something different privately. It happened with Brian Koberger, December 19th, 2022. They identified Brian Koberger as the owner of the DNA on the knife sheath. And
that's what I'm saying. I have no clue if where the brother-in-law is. And she might be right. She might be right. He may be the prime suspect. But if he is, then just let him be that. And yeah, she's getting hammered for this stuff, whether she's right or wrong.
The next day, on December 20th, the Moscow police chief recorded and posted on the police Facebook We do not have a suspect. Let me read it. No suspect or suspects identified, and only vetted information that does not hinder the investigation will be released to the public. We encourage referencing official releases and accurate, updated information. So they had Brian Koberger. They'd already followed him across.
And that's another thing. This whole comparing Koberger's case to this case, here's the difference. One is one and one is the other. They're not the same. It's just not the same. Just because it happened in that case doesn't mean that it's happening in this case. Just because they're not saying they could have nothing. I don't think that's the case, but it's possible.
The country, and then they told us there are no suspects that have been identified. So I have been through this before. I have checked with my source regularly, 3 days in a row. Nothing has changed. And what my source actually said to me today is sometimes when you're taking pot shots, you are standing right on the target.
What the fuck does that mean?
Those were the words. Sometimes when you're taking shots, you are right on the target. So
sometimes when you're off the mark, you're getting hit by strays. Oh, geez. You got anything else? What fortune cookie did you read that in?
Oh, for what it's worth, I stand by this report.
Did you go out to eat last night?
I stand by this impeccable source. And I stand by the fact that some of these things in the investigation that have been released and then walked back from the sheriff's department and then changed. And that
she's supposed to, like, here's the other thing that really bothers me about this is that this lady is supposed to be her friend. So instead of being a friend, she's being a reporter first. But this is your friend. It's not like you're reporting on some, schmuck. You have no idea, who these people are, or, the schmuck Brian Koberger or whatever.
I've got a few of those examples coming up, have made me feel like something may be happening differently behind the scenes than we're hearing in the press conferences. Got a great example of that with somebody who asked, are you actively investigating the son-in-law? And the answer was, we're actively looking at everybody we come across in this case, at everybody. And he went on to say the Uber driver, because Nancy took an Uber over to Annie and Tommaso's house earlier that day around 5-6 o'clock for a family evening together. And so they have connected with that Uber driver. And then he went on to list, the gardener, the pool person, everybody is a suspect in our eyes, he said. Then he said again, it would be reckless to report that someone is a suspect when they could very well be a victim. Well, if it's not true, you're absolutely right.
Yes, she absolutely could be ruining this man's life if he's not the target of the investigation, like she claims. But it doesn't, to me personally, it doesn't matter if she's right or wrong, because she's saying that she's friends with this lady, and obviously law enforcement thinks it's best that they don't know who is a suspect if that's the case. That's just how I feel.
Right. And this is the reporting from a law enforcement source.
And if she says impeccable source one more time, well, I don't know.
Son-in-law may be prime suspect.
And you know what? A comet may hit the earth one day and destroy us all. What is it? If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
At this time. And then he went on to say, we just really don't have enough to say this is our suspect, this is our guy, or this is our gal. That's a quote. We just don't know that. The family's been very cooperative. And then he said, sometimes people can be mean out there, and that can really harm us and harm our efforts. I can assure you there's no intention of being mean. Reporters come up against this all the time, especially in gag orders, especially in investigations. And the only information the public gets, or the neighbors, or anybody who's worried, is what we are able to find from our sources. Once again, impeccable source have been at this game.
Oh, jeez. She said it. She said impeccable source. Again. Don't say it again.
For a very long time. As for the cameras, I reported from my source that the cameras, and I'll use the words that my source used, Nest.
What kind of source is it?
Cams were smashed. And the sheriff was unusual with that today, said that the cameras were removed, said the cameras in the time.
It's an impeccable source.
Timeline were disconnected. And then when a reporter asked were they smashed, the answer.
Why not just say reliable? You got to go impeccable. Do you know the definition of impeccable?
Was, quote, don't know where you got the information about smashed. We're not confirming that. Didn't say no. He didn't deny it. Also, a reporter pushed further on that and said, regarding the disconnected camera, do you believe that camera was taken? And the sheriff said, we do not have it in our possession. We have not located it. So is this semantics?
Could ask you the same thing, Ash.
The cameras were potentially smashed off of their mounts and taken because he said, we don't have them. We have not located it. And then he confirmed that there are actually two, which is what my reporting said. There were more than one. There were two cameras that were smashed. He also said that something triggered the first camera at 1:47 a.m. So that's sort of when they believe that perhaps the proximity to the house for whomever did this began. 1:47 a.m. But the camera company can't give them video of it. They just know that there was an alert activity. There's activity on the camera.
I know, but she's just being like a reporter, which is fine. But she's claiming that this is her friend. And he did say they weren't smashed.
At 1:47 a.m., there's also activity that's recorded, even though the camera is disconnected and removed around 1:47 a.m. There's activity that is alerted at 2:28 a.m. So about 45 minutes between the first alert and the last alert on those cameras. Two camera hits. And the problem is that the information from the camera company doesn't delineate which cameras and was it an animal or was it something going by. It just says alert. Again, because Nancy Guthrie apparently didn't have the subscription to actually be able to see what was detected. It just said person detected. The software just said person detected.
Yeah, she's fighting for her credibility life here.
Let's talk about the vehicle. I reported from my source that the daughter of Nancy Guthrie, Annie, her car had been towed and was in evidence. And today, when asked about the vehicle, the sheriff said the vehicle that was towed, that's standard. It's part of the search warrant process. It's being processed. So I think that is clear that that reporting bears out. The bizarre part of this news conference, there were a few bizarre, but one of the more bizarre parts of this news conference today was the sheriff has said to several different outlets in several different ways who dropped Nancy Guthrie off at 9:48-ish on Saturday night. I think it was varying stories. Annie or Tommaso or Annie and
Yeah.
Tommaso. And so the reporters asked for clarity. What was it? Was it one, the other, or both who were the last people to drop Nancy off and see her? And the answer was alarming. Just family. We're going to go with family. That was what the sheriff said. Just family. We're going to go with family. New York Times was told by this sheriff that the last person to drop off Nancy Guthrie was Tommaso, Annie's husband, Tommaso. I don't know why he wouldn't say the same thing during the news conference or clear that up, but
because he's part of a family.
He decided to say, just family. We're going to go with family.
Yeah, because she's driving me nuts.
As to forced entry,
I've never felt any sort of angst against her ever.
He didn't say there was.
This shit is annoying.
Or there wasn't, and I reported there was forced entry. That came from my source. He said, I don't know where that comes from, whether there is or isn't.
It came from your source, your impeccable source. Stupid.
Isn't forced entry. That's something we're not discussing. So again, doesn't knock it down, doesn't confirm or deny. So a reporter asked, was this targeted? And the answer that was given is, that's why we have the FBI. Maybe it is a kidnapping, he says. And yet on Monday, when I interviewed the sheriff, he said definitively to me, it is a kidnapping. I'm not sure why they're hedging on that. And he said, we don't have anything to rule that out. Again, I'm not sure why they're hedging. Many of us were told it is an abduction. It is a kidnapping. And as far as motive, the sheriff said, my guess work is as good as yours. The FBI also said there's nothing to indicate that Nancy was taken because she is Savannah's mom. That's interesting. So nothing maybe in these ransom letters says, I know that you've got this, national news anchor who's very successful with NBC behind her. Nothing suggests that, according to the FBI. So the investigation and the strategy, the FBI said that they've looked through banks, social media, phone companies. They're looking through the digital footprints. They're still going door to door and asking questions and asking for ring cam. They have contacted pharmacies to find out if maybe.
I mean, this is the first time I've ever. I mean, I've watched Ashley Banfield for a long time. I think she's a fine reporter, but I think that she's gone about this in a very shitty way.
Please God, they have gotten her the life-saving medication that she needs, but there's been nothing so far. And they are not communicating with the Mexican authorities. This is very close to the border. There's been a lot of talk about the Border Patrol, but this was definitive. They do not think that she was taken out of the country. They do not think that she was spirited across the border. They are not even communicating with the Mexican authorities. Clearly, they do not believe that is a big part of this investigation. This question was huge. This next one. Are you purposely withholding information because of the active investigation?
Of course.
I listened very carefully to this because I feel like the sheriff has called me reckless because of my reporting. And I stand by my reporting and I stand by my ironclad source. So I listened.
Now it's an ironclad source.
Very carefully, again, to this question. Are you purposely withholding information?
I mean, what kind of a question is that? Obviously.
Because of the active investigation. And I want you to hear for yourself exactly the words that the sheriff used. Take a look.
You know, this is no different than any criminal investigation that we conduct here. Law enforcement has conducted investigations since 1865 here in Pima County. We're always mindful of what it is that's in front of us and what we should release and can release.
Now, this is a tale as old as time between reporters and law enforcement. They don't want stuff leaked, but here's the thing: like, this is her friend, isn't it? I mean, maybe they're not close. I don't know, but she made it very clear that this is her friend. So how about treating it like, she's your friend and not a reporter?
There's legal guidelines that guide us, but there's also strategy too. So, I'll leave that for you to determine.
So that is fascinating to me. This is no different than any criminal investigation than we conduct here. We're always mindful of what's in front of us and what we should release and can release. There's legal guidelines that guide us, but there's also strategy too. I'll leave that for you to determine. So possibly, I
think it's bullshit that a police officer would leak this information anyway.
Reporting is being knocked down for that reason. Maybe not. Again, I have said from the beginning, law enforcement reserves every right to change their minds in an investigation, and they should be open to that. They should have been open to it in John Ramsey. They should have been open to it in Ed Smart. They should have been open to it in Richard Jewell. Eventually they were, but that is what they're supposed to do. Go where the investigation takes them.
Yeah, but Kat, she specifically used the word friend.
But right now, my source says it has taken them to the son-in-law who may be a prime suspect right now. Okay. So then, should the federal reinforcements have been brought in earlier, meaning the crime scene was dismantled, the tape came down, I think it was like 30 or 40 hours from the 911 call, and the sheriff he's owning it. He's saying, look, I get it. The Monday morning quarterbacking, he says, I will take that hit. Other people who are very knowledgeable about investigations have said, don't worry. The FBI is going in for something entirely different. Yes and no. They may or may not have been able to get what they need.
She's very much covering her ass. No
They did
question.
when they put the crime scene tape back up and went in for like 2 hours yesterday. But the courts are an issue, and the courts would have to sort that out in any potential prosecution afterward.
Now I agree. I think it was a mistake that they would they would release a crime scene. That's what it is. It's a crime scene.
It's because a defense attorney will say, are you kidding me? This evidence was compromised. There were reporters walking all over the place. The crime scene tape was down. Anybody could have gone in. So it could be an issue, but oftentimes it might not be either. So there's 50-50 on that. And there's a few other quotes directly from the sheriff that I'd like to share with you.
Photo from Fox Digital. Sheriff, you said you've identified no suspects. Have you ruled out anyone she was with on Saturday night?
You know, we've talked to so many. I'm sure that my investigators have feelings about this one's clear or this one isn't. But no, I wouldn't say anybody's ruled out yet, because what if I rule you out and then later I learn something else? No.
Have you been in communication with anyone?
Then you rule them back in. Like, I've ruled you out for now, but depending on the way the investigation goes, I could rule you back in.
One who you believe could be the kidnapper?
You know, it goes back to what we talked about. Nobody's eliminated, but we just really don't have enough to say, this is our suspect, this is our guy, we know, or our gal. We just don't know that.
Are you actively investigating the son-in-law in this case? I know there were reports earlier this week, and you refuted that. You said you haven't eliminated everybody. Have you eliminated him or come close to it, or are you actively looking at him?
We're actively looking at everybody we come across in this case. Everybody. We would be irresponsible if we didn't talk to everybody. The Uber driver, the gardener, the pool person, whoever, everybody. It's so cliche, but everybody's still a suspect in our eyes. That's just how we look at things and think as cops. Does that mean we have a prime suspect? No, and the family's been very cooperative. They've done everything we've asked of them, and we want that relationship to continue. And sometimes
I got to tell you, I saw a lot of backlash about this police officer or the sheriff. I kind of like him. I don't know. I mean, that's just me. I kind of like the guy. I think he's trying to give people, what they want as much as he can. But I've seen everybody criticizes everybody for everything. So, but I don't know. Kind of like him. I think he's working hard.
People can be mean out there, and that can really harm us.
The FBI has now offered a $50,000 reward.
Well, he may be all over the place, but the questions are all over the place too.
For information that will help find Nancy. They're also going to start putting up billboards in the vicinity. And then I thought it again strange. There was an announcement made at the end that there will be no further press conferences unless warranted, unless information is warranted. So I just want to keep you up to speed on all of the reporting. And I have had so many phone calls from media outlets and former colleagues and people I've worked with for years or known for years in the business asking me, are you sure? Are you sure? And I am standing by my reporting. I have done this a long time. I had a reporter ask me recently, well, you've left a major network where the standards are different and now you're working for your own outfit. Have you relaxed your standards? I have not relaxed who I am and
she's getting hammered.
And what I have built over 4 decades of being a correspondent, an anchor, a war correspondent, a victim of 9/11, and someone who has spent more hours in court than I could possibly ever count. I have not. This would be the exact same reporting if I worked at CNN, MSNBC, Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS, or News.
But you would have an editor who could stop you from doing it.
Nation. So
nobody else is reporting this, by the way. Nobody. Just her.
Just so you know, I have an incredible source. I stand by that source. I have communicated regularly with that source. And I have also said exactly what that source said and how things can change. So if you're going to re-report again what I say, please just use the words that I
Mary
use.
Fairy Fly donated
And then
$5
also
through Super
be
Chat.
mindful
Impeccably pretentious.
when you listen to how the sheriff answers, because I am seeing a lot of room for movement there. As always, I'm so thankful that you are following this case with me, that you watch and listen to this podcast. Thank you for being a part of this community. And
all right, whatever. Hold on.
Remember, the
let's see. How long was this press conference today? Hold on there. It's so incredible. It's so impeccable. Wow, I said, what an impeccable source I have. Yeah, it's very impeccable. One of the most impeccable. Nobody's ever seen a more impeccable source than my source. My source is the best source. Wow, what a source. I came in and I said, wow, this is what a great source this is. Oh, wow. Wow, what a great source. Yeah. Gonna bulldoze the Kennedy Center and everybody's gonna go, wow, I've never seen anything bulldoze like that. Wow, what a bulldozer that is. How do I do this shit?
Trying not to cover any of these microphones up. Good morning.
This wouldn't have happened if ICE agents were on the ground. Wow, what a bunch of agents those are. Cash, get your ass out there.
I hope
keep an eye on things, if you get what I'm saying. One eye over here, one eye over there.
you've been kind of informed of the rules. That I'm going to try to get as many, if not all of you, an opportunity to ask a question. But last time we tried this, it was just kind of chaotic, people yelling. So I'd ask that you just kind of be patient with me, pay attention to the questions asked, because sometimes you guys want to ask the same question.
And Donna, thank you so much for gifting 5 Lab After Dark memberships. Very kind of you. Wow. I don't know. I like doing the wow.
Question twice, and you're going to get the same answer. So help yourself. Get what you can out of this. I'm going to give you one question and a follow-up. Okay? But before we get there, I do have some comments. First of all, I want to begin by offering our condolences to our partners at the state Department of Public Safety's tragically lost 2 members last night in a helicopter crash up in northern Arizona. So if you would keep them in your prayers, Colonel Glover and his team, I'm sure, would have greatly appreciated it. Along the same lines, I think you all saw last night, I'm trying to speak up, not yell, because apparently I talk soft.
Hold on. Hold on. Just trying to do something. Nobody's ever done it this good. Wow. What was awful? Okay, hold on.
Trying not to cover any of these microphones up.
Hey.
Good morning. I hope you've been kind of informed of the rules. I'm going to try to get as many, if not all of you, an opportunity to ask a question. But last time we tried this, it was just kind of chaotic, people yelling. So I'd ask that you just kind of be patient with me, pay attention to the questions asked, because sometimes you guys want to ask the same question twice, and you're going to get the same.
Okay, I can take this off the screen. I think. Display. OBS, man, OBS. I'm a professional. Okay, so that's gone. It's happening, man.
Answer, so help yourself, get what you can out of this.
Where the hell
I'm going
am
to give you one question and a follow-up, okay? But before we get there, I do have some comments. First of all, I want to begin by offering our condolences to our partners at the state Department of Public Safety's tragically lost 2 members last night in a helicopter crash up in northern Arizona.
What the hell's going on?
If you would keep them in your prayers, Colonel Glover and his team, I'm sure, would have greatly appreciated it. Along the same lines, I think you all saw last night, I'm trying to speak up, not yell, because apparently I talk soft. We saw last night the family, they just hurt, understandably so. And so I really want you
Canadian
to know.
Mama Bear 1959 donated 10 Canadian dollars through Super Chat. Red heart emoji, Josh, mods, and lab rats.
Thank you, Canadian Mama Bear. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. What happened? You're getting dizzy? What did I do?
Team here, those behind me, and our community are hurting with you. We really just want Mom back. Okay? Right now, we believe Nancy is still out there. We want her home. Our department, the Sheriff's Department, along with all of our partners at the FBI, have been working around the clock. Partners at the FBI have been working around the clock. And we just want her home and find a way to get to the bottom of all of this, just as you do. But I have other partners out there who have stepped up, and you've probably noticed them in the last few days, not the last few hours, and you're going to see more of that. Well, I made a decision to contact our PCRIT team, and those of you not local, that's our Pima Regional Critical Incident Team. It's made up of law enforcement officers from this entire valley. Pasquayaki Police Department, Tucson Police Department, Marana Police Department, Oro Valley Police Department, Pima College Police Department, Tucson International Police Department, Sarita Police Department. There's so many of them. And they are going to help us tremendously. And that's really done because we have so much in front of us still, and we're hoping that, I know the FBI has committed a very large number of men and women to partner with us, work side by side with us. We go do an interview, they're going to be there with us. We're going to go look at some evidence or process evidence, they're going to be right there with us. We're sharing every piece of information, all the data we can to get this thing solved. And it's important that my partners in law enforcement know and understand their roles, because it is very large, complex investigation with a lot of moving parts. And we're at that phase now where sometimes we're waiting, right? We're waiting for analysis. We're waiting for lab reports. But even then, when they come back quickly, for example, some DNA, we rushed what we thought was the best target for DNA. We did a rush through and got some of that back. The results were minimal. I think you all know the
Okay, hold on. It's making it glitchy. Fudge. All right, hold on. I gotta get my other. I gotta get my other screen back. This is bullshit. Uh-oh. We're gonna save the saving the gerbils. Okay. This is gonna go up here. I don't even know why I did that shit. Stupid. Big dum-dum.
and get and find a way to get to the bottom of all of this, just as you do. But I have other partners out there who have stepped up, and you've probably noticed them in the last few days, if not the last few hours, and you're going to see more of that. I made a decision to contact our PCRIT team, and those of you not local, that's our Pima Regional Critical Incident Team. It's made up of law.
$5 through Super Chat. Knock, knock.
How come it didn't do hashtag save the gerbil? Thank you. I like the hashtag save the gerbil.
Law enforcement officer.
I still think about that. I think about that gerbil sometimes, to be honest with you. And I do. I really do.
From this entire valley, Pasquayaki Police Department, Tucson Police Department, Marana Police Department, Oro Valley Police Department, Pima College Police Department. This is Tucson International Police.
I was going to tell you guys this today. So Otis was in the yard. He was taking a dump. And, he's like, and he always wants to make eye contact with me. It's very odd. But if it's dark outside, like I have
At Eric Schultz 6865 donated $5 through Super Chat.
And thank you, Eric. And I think that's beautiful. Thank you so much. So, he's out there and he's like doing his thing. And I've got a flashlight on him, and he sits there and he like stares at me while he's doing it, which is like the worst part. And, when he finished, he goes, the hell's that smell? He goes about, I would say 20 feet up the yard and starts kicking the grass, trying to cover it up from 20 feet away. He does it every time. I do not understand it. Like, isn't the whole point of it to actually cover it up? But all he's doing, he's digging holes in my yard, pretending that he's doing something that it's so weird. The instinct is so odd. Anyway, yes, goal. We hit a goal. Thank you guys so much. It's very kind.
Police Department, Sarita Police Department, there's so many of them. And they are going to help us tremendously. And that's really done because we have so much in front of us still. And we're hoping that, I know the FBI has committed a very large number of men and women to partner with us, work side by side with us.
He makes eye contact. It's very strange.
Do an interview, they're going to be there with us. We're going to go.
Usually, I have to. If it's dark out, I have to keep an eye on him because he likes to wander a little bit. But if he's not, like if it's daytime, I'll just turn my back to him.
Look at some evidence or process evidence. They're going to be right there with us.
He has no shame.
Sharing every piece of information, all the data we can to get this thing solved. And it's important that my partners in law enforcement know and understand their roles. Because it is a very large, complex investigation with a lot of moving parts. And we're at that phase now where sometimes we're waiting, right? We're waiting for analysis. We're waiting for lab reports. But even then, when they come back quickly, for example, some DNA.
I don't know. Eye contact while eating a banana is okay.
We rushed what we thought was.
Hey, Rochelle, how are you? Good to see you.
The best target for DNA. We did a rush through and got some of that back. The results were minimal. I think you all know of the blood on the porch. That was one we did. It came back to Nancy.
It's not a must. It's really not a must.
That's what we know. But there's still more items that have been submitted. We just haven't got them back yet. But in the meantime,
all right, I think we're going to probably discuss this tomorrow. So I don't really want to play any more of it. Plus, talking about my dog shitting. So what? Hold on a second. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, I'm probably going to go to bed as well. But make sure to check it out tomorrow on the lab. Dr. Gary will be here. I finally figured out when Dr. Gary was here earlier, he didn't know the show had started. He was just on the chat portion of it. He's a genius. Like he really is like a genius. Sometimes. That was funny. That's why I was trying to figure out, like I was looking like what if you were watching, you could see me going, what is, like, I don't understand what's happening. And I was just watching the chat. I had no clue. And then I was like, that's why I was just like, what is going on? I don't know if you noticed that. The gerbil was saved. The gerbil was saved. Anyway, tomorrow, lab, and I'll see you guys then. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Should be a good show. 7 Eastern. It's scheduled. It's up. So just go hit the notification bell, and that way you don't miss it. I hope it doesn't go cold either, Eric. I hope so. I hope this thing gets resolved.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Crime Addict.
Lab
Hold
After
on.
Dark is starting shortly.
Gotta get another monitor. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let's hear this.
At Requiem Pi Eastamine donated $5 through Super Chat. The gerbils were kung fu fighting, the little feet were fast as lightning.
Thank you so much. Save the gerbils. Save the gerbils. Save the gerbils.
Lab After Dark.
No gerbils were injured during the making of Lab After Dark. Save the gerbils. Save the gerbils. Because they're cousins of rats. And we are lab rats. We're not lab gerbils. And I will ban people for saying that too. Don't think I won't. Freaking do it. Don't think I won't. Dude. Thanks, Rod. I appreciate you sending me that stuff too. I've been reading it. I want to on the next After Dark. I want to talk about that little boy that was kidnapped. That was terrible. Terrible story. But I think he was kidnapped. I have a blood sugar of 96. I just checked. 96, baby. I got the best blood sugar in the game.
Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Yeah, where is Pop?
Right.
Well, you opened that
I
Pandora's
just checked
door.
my blood sugar. It's a great blood sugar. I'll tell you that right now. Prime time. Impeccable. Impeccable blood sugar.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
Kat, what's your blood sugar?
What's the point in causing the eruption?
Lab After Dark starts now.
96. It's Good stuff. Love you guys.